What's up, Grizz Nation? Jessica and Kelcey back with you here to break down some of the best plays, the best moments from this Memphis Grizzlies season. And today, it's all about the blocks.
These are my favorite plays because I think dunks get people, riled up, but blocks, not only does that stop the other team from scoring, but that gets people up on their feet.
And you have to get up off your feet to have a good block.
Literally and figuratively. I'm going to start, Jessica, with probably the best block maybe ever. There's a lot to unpack there.
Okay.
This was in the first quarter against the LA Lakers, and it is one of the shortest guys on the roster who's going to make, like I said, the best block ever. So like I said, first quarter, Avery Bradley from the Lakers steals the ball off Ja. He gets out in transition. He thinks that he has the open layup to go in. But then from outside of the charge circle, Ja Morant leaps up, meets the ball to the backboard with two hands, blocks it off the backboard, kind of just like jams it off the backboard, and then comes back the other way. Twitter almost broke with the two-hand block off the backboard by Ja Morant. Just showcasing his incredible athleticism and smarts to be able to time that perfectly. Wild.
It was a true snatch of a block, and for him to have the opportunity to show off his athleticism in LA, it's early in the season. Like, Ja Morant wants to prove a point early on, and you're like, plays like that will help you do it. It was very a la LeBron James's block on Andre Iguodala in the 2016 finals. When you're having that kind of comparison made, you're doing a good job.
Best ever, like I said.
Best ever.
Prove me wrong.
Bold take by Kelcey Wright Johnson. Well, the fact that it's the best ever, and it was one of the best from the Grizzlies this season, when they have the block panther, like Ja Morant stole a little bit of that thunder, but we know Jaren Jackson Jr. had so many ridiculously incredible blocks throughout this season. One of them, we're going to go back to Boston. We're going to have multiple from Jaren, but this one against the Boston Celtics, you have Jason Tatum, and he's attacking to it, and next thing you know, you look up and Jaren Jackson Jr. is just stuffing Jason Tatum. Like, when you look up the definition of stuffed, that block should be right there.
Yeah, I actually did look it up this morning, and that block is there.
God, that's incredible.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever fixed the Wikipedia page.
Don't leave and go Google it now, though. Stay here and watch the rest of this video because I am adding another Jaren block to the list of best blocks of this season. And this one, I kind of felt bad because it's against the Rookie of the Year, but it was like a, hey, welcome to the NBA. I'd like to introduce you to Jaren Jackson Jr. type of moment. The Grizzlies against the Raptors. Scotty Barnes gets out in transition, and he tries his very best to posterize Jaren. He looks back, kind of stares him down as he collects the ball and gets to moving. Wrong thing to do, my dear. Jaren swipes across, kind of like one-handed across his body, but up in the air, obviously. Blocks Scotty, lands. It was just, I think his wingspan must be 8,000 feet at least.
Exact math. Again, one more thing not to look up, but it's somewhere in that range. With Jaren Jackson, this is the NBA's block leader. Scotty Barnes had very much a respect your elders moment. And by elders, I know Scotty Barnes is 20 and Jaren Jackson Jr. is 22, but mathematically, in the NBA, that's that kind of moment that you get. We make them up here. We go with it. It's fine. It'll work. Jaren Jackson Jr., thanks for all the block memories this season. Keep coming back next year with more. But the thing that's so great about this Grizzlies team, and with every category that we've gone through, you're going to get multiple guys across the board. And so just when you think Ja's block is great, Jaren's blocks are great, next thing you know, we're going to have a Desmond Bane block. So let's go back, as Kelcey would say, let's paint a picture and go back in time. It is late January. The Grizzlies' reputation of having so many style points per game is kind of growing at this point. FedEx Forum is becoming this little mini house of highlights. And you have the Washington Wizards here, and Desmond Bane chases down Spencer Dinwiddie. He has this incredible block, and then it's one of those chef's kiss sequences from this team this season because that block leads to just a cool casual Ja Morant windmill dunk in the middle of a game. You know how it is. It was great.
Oh, I remember watching this one too, and I think almost everyone, I think I might have been sitting beside Lang Whitaker, and he was like, Desmond has that? He's got that in his little back pocket? Absolutely he does, and it made our top 4.
Absolutely. Those were some of the best blocks. There were many. It was hard to choose, but we love them all. We will be back with more categories later on. For all things Grizzlies related, be sure you're following grindcitymedia.com.